Well, on that first part, they are concerned. They've been concerned for some time about those who cross from the channel in small boats and in the back of lorries. A number of them, they're told by the people traffickers who push them across the channel towards the UK to throw away their identity documents to make it much more difficult for the authorities to get a handle on who they are and to ensure that perhaps they are then, when they're entered into the asylum system, it becomes much more difficult then to return them to their country of origin. So that is a tactic that the people smugglers have adopted, but part and parcel of that tactic, when the police and the authorities don't know who an individual is, it's much more difficult for them, very difficult indeed, to delve properly into their background. And remember, a lot of these people will be coming from parts of the world that are very dysfunctional, at war. Some of them, of course, fleeing places like Syria and areas like Iraq and parts of Africa where they have very dysfunctional governments. Well, part of the problem with a dysfunctional government is that it's then also very difficult for the authorities here to liaise with those government agencies and to find out much about an individual from that country and whether there are any concerns about whether or not they have been involved in terrorism. And this is pertinent because it's a similar situation is playing out just in Eastern Europe at the moment on the borders of Poland, Lithuania and Belarus. Now, the Lithuanian authorities have taken some 4,000 asylum seekers who've come across over the border from Belarus in recent months, and they say that more than 24 of those 4,000 people who have sought asylum in their countries, they've managed to do background checks on, and they found that they have links with extremist groups, we understand, out of Syria in particular, so groups like ISIS and other groups that were fighting in the civil war out in Syria. So a great deal of concern at the potential for those who have been given asylum or have entered the asylum system if they have not obviously been properly vetted, then there is a great deal of concern, as I say, that the authorities have about who they are, what their intentions might be.